Hello, I'm John Bachman. 7 people have been hurt after police in New York City say a car plowed into a crowd of shoppers in Herald Square in Manhattan. Police say the driver of that Mustang was drunk. It all started when that driver rear-ended an SUV and then took off into oncoming traffic.
Once traffic started moving, he hit another car straight by the corner, and then he pulled. Once he hit that car, he collided and steered to the side of the street. It looked like he hit a couple people on the sidewalk.
Well, in all, 7 people are hurt: the driver, a passenger in the car, and 5 on the street, including a 14-year-old girl. One woman has a broken leg. Another is in critical condition. No word yet on charges being filed. A lot of lawmakers on Capitol Hill may be holding their noses as they cast votes today on that $1.1 trillion spending deal hammered out this week. Well, it might not pass after all. It has to pass today, though, before the government runs out of money, at least before midnight. Some Democrats are upset over Wall Street regulations being rolled back, while conservatives say it doesn't do enough to challenge the president's executive actions on immigration. And the fallout continues after the Senate report on the CIA's interrogation techniques of terror suspects, including calls for a house cleaning at the CIA.
The president needs to purge his administration of high-level officials who are instrumental to the development and running of this program. He needs to force a cultural change at the CIA.
Well, that includes CIA Chief John Brennan, who is expected to hold a news conference this afternoon. Also, former Vice President Dick Cheney pulling no punches when he was asked about the report.
I think it's a terrible piece of work, basically. It seems to me it's deeply flawed. They didn't bother to interview key people involved in the program.
Well, he also says that former President George W. Bush knew all along about those enhanced interrogation techniques used by the CIA, but the report says Bush was kept in the dark about them. And America may not be ready for a Jersey guy president. At least that's what New Jersey voters tell a Quinnipiac poll, that America might not be able to handle Governor Chris Christie in the White House. Support for Christie is also slipping in his own state. If the election were held today, he'd lose by 11 points to Hillary Clinton. And some nasty weather is hitting both sides of the country right now. Northern California residents are again stocking up on sandbags with heavy rains and high winds expected. Schools in San Francisco, Oakland, and Berkeley have canceled classes. Further north, flood watches and warnings are in effect across most of northern Washington. In the Northeast, in places like upstate New York, a nor'easter has left snow in a lot of places and drenching rainfall in others, but that storm is losing power now, headed out into the Atlantic Ocean. And this is the kind of perspective no skier wants. This is what happens when you watch an avalanche start right under your boots. The skier had a camera strapped to his chest and caught the whole thing, including most of his body getting covered with snow. Luckily, this was just a minor snow slide. According to researchers in Colorado, though, avalanches do kill on average 28 people each year in the U.S. Another update coming up for you in 30 minutes. Now back to America's Forum.